Hello, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Welcome to Jeffrey Blight to be named podcast episode number 2, live on the RFPW network. And I have a very special guest with me here today, which is none other than the Bulldozer.
Evening, Jeffrey. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Not bad, not bad. Just fighting a good fight, waiting to defend my hardcore title tonight. Actually, no. Oh, sorry, no. That's actually a different story. We'll save that on for later then.
Yeah, that is a bit later because tonight, for the very first time, you and I will be tagging in the ring against Dashing Dunn and Joe Hendry.
Yes. Very. That was a last-minute moment, if I remember correctly. The board of directors, the big cheeses up there, whatever you want to call them, God, all that. They've decided that they think me and you, teacher and protege, should tag together against, well, Dashing Don, my rival, who I absolutely hate. Don, mate, if you're listening, you're an absolute douche, and I can't wait to smack your face in tonight when you get your rematch at my title.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, you've got a rival yourself in Priscilla, haven't you?
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I've known Priscilla for a while. Great admirer of the craft that she put in. But, I mean, last week on Revolution, she defeated me again and Brad Slayer in, sort of bad conduct and bad behavior to win that match. So I'm not happy about that one. Tonight, I'll have to focus on Joe Hendry, seeing as what he did to Luther Valentine a couple of weeks ago, attacking him backstage and gaining that match for the RFPW Championship as it was back then. So I still have a couple of people that I have to settle with, and one of them is Joe Hendry, and later on, Priscilla's also on that list.
Yeah. Just remembering as well, you got in a bit of a backstage brawl, didn't you? What did the doctor say? Was it a concussion or anything bad?
Yeah, I was a bit lightheaded. It was not concluded as a concussion, but I had to lie down for a couple of days. And hopefully tonight I'm as good as recovered as you are last week from that, various heavy hardcore championship matches. Of course, first you're losing the title to Dunn, and 2 hours later you're regaining that title. So
yeah, just don't remind me. I was just so pissed off. I went straight up to the board of directors. I was like, "Give me my title match now," and I actually demanded I ain't leaving the building until they give it to me. So I just managed to put Twisty Arm behind the back, and yeah, I got my title match. And tonight, I think if the winning team out of us gets a future title tag team match, don't they?
yeah, we do. Of course, next Sunday, well, this Sunday actually, when we have episode 9, which is Hard on the Line, Serve and Perv will defend their tag team titles against the Silver Foxes. But right after that, depending on who's going to win it, the winner of tonight, either it will be us or Don and Henry. Let's hope to God it us. Will be new number 1 contenders.
Yeah, so we get a future title shot. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if Dashing Don and Priscilla beat me, I will put my title on the line in a triple threat match. Actually, no, we'll make it a fatal 4-way match for against me versus Raging Falcon versus Dashing Don versus Priscilla for the RFPW hardcore title in the new year.
Wow, that would be something great to hear, of course. Not only
providing that they beat us, and that they're not going to beat us. So
nah,
we'll just make it sweet in the pot.
No, of course not. And tonight, of course, Fight Night episode 96. Only 5 more to go till the 100th episode. There's going to be some great matches on there ahead of this Sunday's marquee event. The Alpha Female taking on Nixon Newell.
That's sure to be a action-packed one. Alpha Female, dominant competitor from Germany. She's held multiple titles all around the world. She's a force to be reckoned with. But when she had the title match for the RFPW Women's title against Melanie Gray absolutely destroyed her. So I think now the teacher has become the student, and I wonder if those two will have a clash again. There could be a possibility of that.
Indeed, that was at a live event some weeks prior, and this Sunday they'll actually be going at it again for the Women's Championship. So it's got to be panning out to see if the Alpha Female can dominate Nixon Newell tonight. That's going to be a prelude to that match.
Yeah, she'll be going up the rankings as far as I'm aware. Is this match, for the viewers, going to be a number 1 contenders match or a future number 1 contenders match?
No. Tonight is indeed another night that we will say we're going to give out number 1 contendership. So whoever's going to be it will face Melanie Gray this Sunday.
Okay.
The board of directors have already concluded that it's going to be the Alpha Female, but I'm not sure about that. Nixon Newell is quite a tough competitor.
So tonight, Alpha Female's putting a number one contendership up on the line
Against
against
Nixon
Nixon
Newell.
Newell. And the
Exactly.
winner will advance on to Sunday to face Melanie Gray for the RFPW Women's title.
That is exactly correct.
Well, if the only way to watch that is to tune into the RFPW network live on YouTube. We'll be posting out tweets all week, so yeah, stay up to date with that. Check out our Wikipedia page and check out our website at www.rfpw.weebly.com.
That's exactly right. Also later on tonight we have the RFPW Dutch Heavyweight Champion in action. Luther Valentine will face off against Rocky Future. What do you think about that?
Rocky Future, promising young talent, fast, agile on that, but then again, you've got the tank in Luther Valentine, big, strong. He's the champion for a reason. Even I would probably have a struggle against him, and I'm the blooming hardcore champion, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And later on, also tonight, the Cruiserweight Champion, which is no, I'm wrong because I get Don Mac from Germany and Don Black always confused. Tonight, the most likely number one contender, Don Black, takes on Brad Slayer.
That'll be an interesting, yeah.
Yeah, tonight's all going to be revolving around who's going to walk away with the win. Whatever way it's going to walk out tonight, if Rocky Future can somehow beat Luther Valentine, he's going to face the Mac this Sunday for the Cruiserweight title.
Okay, I'm getting an idea. What about tonight? Fight Live, one night only. Do or die. It's literally you fight to get your number one contender spot or to keep it. It's do or die tonight only on Fight Night Live episode 96.
That is exactly what's going to happen. The Alpha Female putting her women's championship number one contender slot against Nixon Newell, and Rocky Future his cruiserweight championship shot against Luther Valentine. I'm going to give him a challenge.
Okay, and obviously me putting it on the line if either the what should we call them, the Pansy twins can beat us. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to even sweeten the pot. They don't have to pin me; they can pin you. But it has to be an in-the-ring pin. If they get disqualified, then there's no title shot for them.
Of course, that would only make sense, of course. And then that leads us to the main event of tonight's Fight Night 96. The number one contender for the RFPW Dutch Heavyweight Championship, Jake McCluskey, faced off against Freddie Stahl and faced off against Curtis Norman in a triple threat match.
So former Dutch champion there, former RFPW champion before they were unified, obviously, for the Dutch Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
And there's a rookie there. Who is the rookie in this? One of them. You've got two former world champions in the main event, right there.
Yeah, it's Freddie Stahl, former RFPW and Dutch champion. Curtis Norman, former RFPW and NEW champion. Jake McCluskey's the newcomer in this one, but
So Jake McCluskey is the underdog, like Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and Johnson.
Sort of in that same fashion, yeah. Only Jake McCluskey is actually the one getting the shot this Sunday against Luther Valentine. That has been set. There's nothing I can change about that.
Yeah, but we've got this. He's not just facing one former world champion tonight. He's facing two.
Exactly.
And these two do have quite an interesting past, Norman and Stahl. They've had a good rivalry.
Oh, definitely. That even goes back to when we had our academy for the students title, as it was then. And they traded fairly up above that title.
Yeah, their rivalry could be considered the WWE rivalry with Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. It is that intense, and the only way to find out is to tune into RFPW this Sunday, episode 9, Heart on the Line.
Yeah, definitely. We have them set. Whatever's going to happen as well this Sunday. Freddie Stahl face off 1-1 against Curtis Norman. Let's make that announcement right now.
Yeah, remind me. I've got Pete Dunne this Sunday, haven't I?
So far, there has been no announcement made. That is up to you completely.
Okay, so I am issuing an open challenge to anyone in the back after I have had my rematch with Pete Dunne. If anyone's got, let's say, the chutzpah, the balls, the cheese, the bricks, the crown jewels to come and face me for my hardcore title, I will give it to them. But on the condition they have to be a former champion in their own right within RFPW. Not if they were in NWA, not if they're in ECW, not TNA, not Ring of Honor, not WWE or WWF. You have to be a former champion, regardless tag team, cruiserweight, whatever. I'll even fight the women.
Daring. Who knows, maybe we'll get the alpha female.
Yeah, interesting, yeah. But I tell you what, if anyone's coming at me for 24/7, I would love to give Dashing Don what he deserves again, but then again, I've got Pete Dunne to deal with, so
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's gonna be an interesting one. So Pete, you're a big man. You got lucky. You took me tight off me, mate, just for 1 second when I dropped that sledgehammer. 1 second, but that's all it takes. And when I hit you with the massive punch, you're gonna know about it. And this time, you're not taking my title off me. You only had a 2 hour reign. What is that? You're nothing. You were not a champion.
fact. It was the shortest reign ever. We saw even shorter than Giovanni's RFPW Championship reign, later on nullified in 2014 when we just started out, and when we were taping right after each other. Even that one lasted longer than Pete Dunne's title reign. I have to be fair and square about that.
Yeah, I think Pete Dunne. If you do an RFPW like Slammy Awards, I think Pete Dunne should get Dick of the Year.
Yeah, that could be something. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's also news regarding the roster, about additions that are coming through, including, of course, Johnny Gill will be making his return soon. The
Okay.
youngster.
Oh, I remember him had a good rivalry with him. I did a while back, a few years back.
Yeah, a very youngster kid, but he's really honing his craft, also really honing his physique. Not only him, but also Liam Slater is coming to our roster, as well as, of course, one of the top contenders for next year's live event, which will be called Fight Night Live, in
Yes.
Davy Blaze.
Davey Blaze, phenomenal athlete. He's a big man though. Do not get on the wrong side. My lad though loves Dave Blaze. A massive fan.
Yeah,
When
definitely.
he,
And who can't you cannot forget, of course, Total Davy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But my eyes mainly are gonna be on the 6'7" American, one half of the American Destroyers, Donovan Dijak, current Ring of Honor superstar. He's an amazing athlete. He's big and he's bad. He's been on shows such as PWF, Pro Wrestling Pride, for the title against Big Grizzly. Came up with a loss there only because had an interference. He has had for the Ring of Honor Extreme title, the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, but he's always come up short. But who knows? It could be next year. Could be his year.
Oh, it definitely could be, and I know that you have great things in store for that live event. Can you lead us up to something about a date, a possible venue?
Yes, after much deliberation and hours, what feels like hours of phone call, our set event is going to be December the 9th in Trowbridge, England, at Trowbridge Civic Centre. Yes, I know. Think people are thinking, oh, it's a tiny little town, but every place has to start somewhere. It's going to be easily hold 200 or more. If you want to experience some larger than life superstars, come on down to Trowbridge Civic Centre, December the 9th. Doors open at 6 o'clock. First show is at 7, and help us make history.
Great to hear that we have that settled. Of course, that was one of our main concerns, was the venue, but we did indeed get it finished. At least you did, and thank you for all that. Of course, also thanks to Vodafone UK, of course, for helping us out.
Yes, they're going to be providing the posters, the leaflets, the flyers, and the ring canvas. And we're going to have a special ring canvas for In the Ring made up, Fight Night Live. And we will, if anyone's up for it, because I do know sometimes ring canvases do sell, we might try and even auction it off, maybe.
Oh, that would not be a bad idea, of course. Regarding that, we might have a second show, but we will see about that later on, of course. Can you
There
mention
is,
some of the names that will be on the show?
what, for our live show? Yeah, we're going to be Donovan Dijak, Luther Valentine, myself, obviously, Raging Falcon, Surf and Perf of Chuck Mumbo, the special edition, Davey Blaze, Curtis Nine, David Francisco defending the RFPW Portuguese heavyweight title against Curtis Norman. Reminding though, David Francisco has held the title for 2.5 years, so he might be coming along to lose it. But who knows? My money is going to be on David Francisco. I've wrestled against him. I took him on for the title, but I came up twice losing.
Oh.
So close.
That says enough, of course. Curtis Norman is a big name in RFPW, but going up to somebody like Dave Francisco, indeed holding that APW Portuguese Championship for so long, begs the question whether he can actually, well, possibly take it. I doubt it.
There's only one way to find out. But that's what we're going to find out tonight. If I've taught you enough, though, Raging Falcon, when me and you're in the ring, you got to put it into. Because tonight, you're just another wrestler to me. I'm focusing on my own game, mate. How are you feeling for tonight?
I'm very fine. I mean, I've won titles before in this company, but those were only duds. I mean, like, I was always helped, or there was some backstage hate involved with the referees and stuff, and bribes and you name it. So all of my previous championships doesn't matter. I've set the made a clean slate on it. Decided that my title reigns were nullified. So all those other reigns that were carried over to the respected wrestlers, of course. And maybe this might be my first step up into an actual game that actually works, where that is actually realistic.
Yeah, because as we were saying, the winner of tonight out of Dashing Don and Priscilla versus me and you gets a few.
Yeah, you're forgetting that Priscilla is not in there. It's Joe Hendry.
Sorry, yes, Joe Henry.
just to make it factually correct before the fans freak out.
Okay, yeah, you explain to the fans quickly why I gather my words, what the difference is between Priscilla and Joe Henry.
Well, basically, Priscilla is a man that dresses up a lot and aspires to be a woman and is pretty much okay in ring, but usually either gets lucky or fails miserably, just like losing to Rocky Future for the Cruiserweight title like 3 or 4 times in a row. And then you have Joe Henry, who's just a basic prick, stabbing Luther Valentine in the back to get a title shot, and barely winning it as well. So I have beef with both of them. It doesn't matter to me. But if I can actually get into a ring and kick ass, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so is Priscilla and Joe Henry two different people?
Yeah, that it definitely is.
So I am very sorry to all the viewers because I just really want to see Priscilla. I just really want to get my hands on him. I don't know why, but he needs to stop wearing women's clothes and become a man. You're in the men's division. If you have a sex change, become to the women. I'm not being sexist if anyone's listening. And I hope the board of directors doesn't hand me an ass kicking and make me vacate my title for this. But it's my opinion, and I think he needs to come down to earth, have a man-to-man fight. He's not in the women's division. And to be honest, we've got some amazing talent here in RFPW that probably could hand him a beating. Actually, future match, Priscilla versus mystery opponent, intergender match. What are you thinking, Jeffrey?
I don't know whether we can make that work, but we'll try to figure something out in that. Maybe the alpha female would be a good thing.
Oh yes, I'd love to see that. Yeah, that would be perfect. Okay, right now to everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment down below of what you think our tag team name should be. And when we do the show later tonight, we will announce our favourite tag team name, and that is what me and you shall be known as, Jeffrey. How does that sound?
I think that's a great idea. Of course, our match will be prior to the broadcast and will be put into the broadcast, otherwise we can't do the commentary on it, because we want to commentate on ourselves because it's just that awesome. But yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'd say we should get ready backstage, and indeed leave a comment on what you think a tag name should be. Either something along the likings of the Bulldozer Falcons, or maybe something like Adam Bomb, I don't know, but
Adam Bomb. Okay, let's think. If we were tag team, okay, right now, 5 seconds of madness. Bulldozing Falcons, Falcons bulldozers. No, doesn't work. It's too crazy.
yeah.
What about blank? I don't know. I just hit a wall straight away. I can't think of any ideas. What about you, Jeffrey?
Yeah, well, if it's about, I don't want to make it about me, because you know I'm nothing compared to you. You're still my teacher. But whatever you think is fine, I would just go with Bulldozer and Blight, I guess, for now.
The B&B connection.
The B&B connection. The bed and breakfast connection.
We are. That is it. If you like it, leave a note down in the comments. We are the B&B connection, not the bed and breakfast connection, not bread and bacon. Bulldozer and Blight tag team, future RFPW tag champions, right there. We will be. I guarantee it. Next year, me and you will take the tag team division, and we will become first ever dominant RFPW tag team champions, and we will go for the longest reign.
Yeah, I might make a Chuck Mumbo about this, but Silver Foxes, we're gonna beat you. Dazzler team, we're gonna beat you. Servant Perv, we're gonna beat you. Darkness, we're gonna beat you. We're gonna beat this shit up, and that's what it's gonna be like in the tag team division for 2017.
And tonight we start by taking on the Pansies.
Oh yeah, I love to give a good beating to them. Dashing Don, I mean, you heard me on commentary saying it. I think he's a proper prick, and well, if you wanna take your phone to the ring, I want to see it smashed, not see getting pictures of it. Fancy Nancy Pansy.
I swear, on his selfie stick, I swear I've seen bits of shit on it from where it's been shoved up his ass. Where else is he going to store it? He lives in a fucking box.
Exactly. So I have a bit of a thing that I still want to get off my chest, and I think it might be something good. What if we win tonight? I mean, like, Dashing Don's been getting on my nerves, he's getting on the nerves of the board of directors. I'm getting slipped a note here, which is quite interesting. If Don and Henry lose tonight to us, which they will, not only will we win the #1 contendership for the tag team championships after Hard on the line, Dashing Don is on his way out of here.
So it's do or die tonight for Dashing Don.
I hope he loses double D.
Double D.
If only had Bress, it would be much more interesting.
What would be the fate of his tag team partner though? Is Joey? What would be his fate?
Henry, what about him? The local hero? Better said, the local ass? The local clown? I mean, come on. Joe Henry's had one title shot. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it in the past. He couldn't do it in the present. He couldn't do it in the future. Let him go to WCPW and let's leave him right there. It doesn't need to be back for me in RFPW on my terms.
I'll do something for him. Next year, New Year, if he survives, I will put my hardcore title on the line against his contract.
That sounds like a mad idea, but I love it.
Could work. It's up to the board of directors. To be honest, though, I'm regretting saying it already because I've never taken someone out of business. That's a lie. I've ended 5 careers. And it's going to be
Nice.
done again with you tonight, Dashing Don. I've hated you since you walked through the door, and you walked through the door before me. Tonight, I am hitting you with the weapon of mass destruction, and I am going to make it 6 careers I've ended. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 beautiful careers I have smashed, and I have defeated legends.
Wow, and on that note, or should I say, and on that bombshell, the BMB Connection's gonna kick ours on you tonight at Fight Night 96. Don't know if you, the Bulldozers, anything left to make into a closing statement.
Let's make it official. The Pansies, Dashing Don and Joey Hendricks versus the B&B Connection, Bulldozer and Blight for #1 contender spot for the RFPW Tag Team Championship of the World!
I'm loving it, and after Sunday, where it's serving Perfect the Silver Foxes, let's kick their asses and take those titles away. And on that note, thank you very much for listening in to Jeffrey Blight's B&B Connection Podcast, Episode 2, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you, Bulldozer, for staying with us. You said something?
Yeah, you just ruined the moment, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, you were saying all that. I was like, catch you later, bros.
Ah.
And I'll be like,
Okay, that horribly backfired.
out, bruh.
But
again, you ruined it. You got to do it again. You ruined it.
why is it my fault? We're already bickering. This connection is really falling apart quite easily, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, I'll see you tonight at Fight Night Live. Don't forget, December 9th, 2017, Fight Night Live in Trowbridge Civic Centre. We're going to have our first ever live event, and see you there.
See you there. Until then, catch you later, Bulldozer.